What's up, internet? Welcome back. This is Linzer22. The Atari VCS has been on the minds of many people, many Atari retro fans, that is. But there seems to be an alternative product licensed from them, and I'd like to see other companies try this approach. But before I get into it, let me just remind you guys that this is a forum discussion video. So if this kit has caught your attention at all, leave your opinions down below for discussion and subscribe for more content. So it's a Raspberry Pi kit. I know there's a lot of those out there, but this one has ROMs that are officially licensed from Atari themselves. And while I'm not a fan of pre-made images, the fact that you can legally get ROMs licensed from Atari is a pretty good case for this. And for people who just want to get started and they don't really want to dabble with getting all technical, they can literally just buy this system, plug it in, and it works. And ethically, it is actually all there. It's all okay. Not only that, but it sports a case that's inspired by the original 2600 console. Unfortunately though, the controller that it comes with is a PS2 look-alike and not the joystick we expect when we think Atari. While I think this almost ruins the concept, I still think it's generally a good idea, and maybe other companies should borrow this idea. My first idea of this is, of course, Sega. Now, they already have the Genesis Mini, but this would be a little bit different. This would be a different product for people who want to get into the Raspberry Pi and would like an easier way to legally get ROMs from Sega, which, by the way, they already sell on Steam. And I'm not saying that the case would literally be a Genesis, because we already have that from other companies like Retroflag, and they do a great job. And like I said, the Genesis Mini is already doing that, emulating the look of the Genesis. But instead, it could be the same concept where it's inspired by the Genesis. So it's just the Raspberry Pi case officially licensed by Sega with a Sega vibe to it. I presume it would be bundled with a Genesis controller, but that would depend on the look that they end up going with. And yeah, so that means maybe they don't go with the Sega console. Maybe they just go with the idea of Sega themselves. That leads me to my second idea, and that is maybe Capcom. Obviously, Capcom is not a hardware developer, so it wouldn't be based on any particular console. Now, Capcom already released a joystick that literally says Capcom on it, so I presume that this one's going to be based on their console games instead. Whether it's games from the NES, Genesis, or PlayStation, it would be a hand-picked list of Capcom games they feel confident and invokes the Capcom brand. Now, in terms of controller, I'm not really sure since they don't really have a specific controller of their own. So I'll leave it to you guys. What do you guys think a Capcom controller would look like? Now, the last company, well, this isn't the greatest idea, but hey, what if Tiger Electronics sold one? Yes, Tiger Electronics. Now, what would theirs look like? The R-Zone? No. What about a Game.com? Maybe. No. I'm thinking it would be their chance to emulate their old Tiger Electronic handheld games. You know, those ones that they are recently re-releasing for nostalgic reasons? But this would be a chance for them to actually get it to be emulated. But if they emulated and then sold them, that would be pretty cool. Now, if they did this in a legal way so that people can just buy these, I could picture a lot of people with RetroPies that are nostalgic for these, regardless of how good they actually are, would probably buy them. I mean, people have Game & Watched emulated on the RetroPie, and they're enjoying it. And if Tiger Electronics does it themselves, then technically that would be all fine. You can just literally buy the ROMs. Although they're not really ROMs, it works differently just because of the way of how it works. But you get the point of what I'm trying to say. So whoever owns Tiger Electronics, now is your chance to do something interesting. Maybe you should find a way to get on that pie. But what do you guys think? Do you find this product interesting at all, and do you think anyone else should steal this idea? Let me know down below, and if you like discussion videos much like this one, I'll be back with more.